Pakistan have finally won a test match at home against England with their three-pronged, or somewhat four-pronged, like two-pronged. It's really only two-pronged. It's like a really weird attack. Spin attack. Their first test win at home since February 2021 and against England, a good team, which is an overstatement. None of them can play in Asia except for like Joe Root, Ben Duckett, Harry Brook on flat pitches. None of them can play in Asia, let's be honest. And they're also not a good team. They're like 8th. They're under Sri Lanka. What are they, like 5th, 6th? They're like 6th now, are they? I think it's India, Australia, Sri Lanka, New Zealand. They're 5th, I think that's right. So yeah, they're not. That's an overstatement. But Pakistan have not used a proper finger spinner at home for so long. And that's what I said that they should do last time, like when I was talking about these two teams. Last time I said that Pakistan should be using a proper finger spinner and good spinners. And they haven't used one at so long. This win isn't like impressive, but it's like a good win. I think it's a pretty good win to talk about. I think it's good enough to talk about. I mean, it goes down in history. I think it's a good win. But I want to cover what this means for the Pakistan test team specifically. It might also affect next year's WTC cycle, unless Pakistan goes back to where they came from. So what happened in this test? I'm going to recap it before we get into the details of everything. Pakistan had a classic top order collapse in the first innings with Abdullah Shafiq and Shan Masood in the hut for 19, thanks to Jack Leach. Kamran Ghulam, in place of Babar Azam on debut, ended up stitching a 149-run partnership with Saim Ayub, who scored 77. Kamran ended up scoring 118 runs on debut, making it look like he's ending Babar's career, if I'm being honest. I mean, that's definitely an over-exaggeration, but yeah, it kind of looks like it. 2 spectacular innings from 2 spectacular youngsters. I do expect to see more from them in the future. The English bowlers ended up making a comeback and bowled Pakistan out for 366. Jack Leach and Brydon Cars had the best figures, 4 for 111 and 3 for 50 respectively. England's next innings got off to a great start, honestly. With 3 50-run partnerships between the top 4 batters, how do you bottle a game like that? England's next order, that's it, done. Ben Duckett scored 118 as striking at 88. That's his classic style, and it was really good. I liked it. Yeah, like I said, the English middle order tailenders bundled out for just 67 after Duckett fell. But that's not what I want to talk about. Sajid Khan coming in for a bench Naseem Shah. I mean, obviously I'm guessing it. He scored 22, right? That's a Naseem Shah thing to do. He ended up demolishing, wrecking, and other synonyms for destroying the English batting lineup. Sajid ended up taking 7 for 111 runs. This was his first test since February of this year, I think. Noman Ali also took 3 for 101 in this innings, and the 2 finger spinners just cleaned the entire English batting lineup up. The next innings, Pakistan had a huge collapse. Half the side was in the hut for just 114. That's when Salman Agha came out. With a range of drives and sweeps, he was able to take Pakistan to a respectable total of 221, and he scored 63. I think that's a pretty good total, honestly. Especially playing with these bowlers. It's pretty good. Pakistan ended up setting a target of 297 for England to chase. It's not supposed to be extremely hard, especially with their England, and they have their best ball, right? But no, it was really, really hard for them. Only 2 bowlers bowled the entire innings this time, Sajid and Noman. The former ended up taking 2 for 93, and the latter taking up career best figures of 8 for 46. Just mind-boggling stuff. The duo ended up taking all 20 wickets of England. Sajid ended up with figures of 9 for 204, and Noman ended up with figures of 11 for 147. Just fantastic stuff. The last time these guys actually played a test match was almost a year ago, and not even together, just separately. It was still a year ago. And magically, when they started including spinners, they win. Pakistan cricket board. This is not just a coincidence. This is a good win for you guys. But I also want to talk about the place of Shaheen, Naseem, and Babar. All 3 of these guys are incredibly great players, and just two of them have been out of form because of one small mistake. Shaheen was injured in his knee or like his toe or maybe his back, something like that, somewhere around that place. And he never came back from that. He was good at like 2023 for a bit, but that's it. Babar changed his stance a little bit and has been having issues with his toe, like his front foot. He's not able to use that a lot, I assume. I think just from like going off my head, from what I see. I haven't been like zooming in or anything. I'm just thinking. Naseem Shah is an extremely weird case. He's a solid bowler. He's inexperienced, but under Shaheen, he could have learned something if they played together longer. And he has the talent. And while he's not in the best form, asking that from a 21-year-old who's still learning the game is dumb. And from what I've seen so far, he's one of only the handful of Pakistani players who still have the passion to win. So he's a good player. He's just being benched for no reason. He has the talent, he has the hard work, but the luck isn't there for him. I understand dropping these three. They're not in the best form, but even then, they should not have dropped them. Couple of reasons for this, like three. I added one more to that couple. It's a threesome. They're still great players. You can't drop greatness. 2. It's the board's and the captain's duty to take care of the player's form and mental health and make sure they can come back. And 3, I mean, it's like the coach's responsibility. They have to like help out the players. That's the reason why they're there. And 3, it gets a sense of fear to everyone in the team. They start thinking, oh, if I do bad, even if I do really good for the country before this, I still get dropped, even if I just like do bad for like a period of 2 months, or I guess it's been like 3 years since Babar was good, or 2 years. But yeah, even then, like 16 innings, that's not going without a half century for like 16 innings. That's bad, but like they should still back him. Oh, even if I do bad for the team at the current time, even though I did well for the country before, I still get dropped. That's like Kohli dropping Dhoni when he became captain in 2017, because Dhoni wasn't like that good in 2013, 14, 15. That's like, if Kohli did that, then India probably wouldn't have qualified for any of their games, for being honest. And they would have like a really huge wicket-keeping issue that probably would have been solved by now, but I'm getting off track. That's not the kind of mentality that you want to have in a team. Sure, you can drop him in the next series and inform him why, but like in the middle of the series, that's just really, really dumb. But Pakistan, they still ended up doing well. I'm criticizing them for dropping their players, but not the way they played. I think they still played really well. And now they can still qualify for WTC finals by winning all of their subsequent matches. And England can still do that by winning all their subsequent matches too. This is not happening, guys. Or they have to win all their subsequent matches by like a big margin as well, if I'm not wrong. On the contrary, if this team does not work out, they'll have to resort back to Babar, Shaheen, and Naseem after they've been dropped. So the future of PCT still remains uncertain, as it usually is. And on one hand, this new home team could probably increase their WTC chances, WTC final chances. Could probably increase their chances based on their performance. But on the other hand, they could just end up like Babar and Shaheen, dropped and gone into thin air. Snap. And that's where I'm ending it, because I'm cool like that. This is gonna get included.